Hey, what is going on YouTube? Again, here we are. So I was looking back through some of my comments and I realized that this neck was on backwards. So what I did was I got it ready basically to route a hose backward. Hopefully I can clear this. I should be able to. If not, we're gonna go ahead and have it route underneath and then back here. So I was gonna try to go ahead and go for a start, but what ended up happening was the Porsche intake manifold ended up filling with fuel to the point where it was spilling over. There was so much fuel in it. It was a bad fuel pressure regulator. It was a brand new one, which is crazy, from Summit, so you know it was pretty authentic. And well, AEM fuel pressure regulator went bad, so I had to take that all apart. The car's been sitting for a couple months now, maybe not even a couple months, maybe like a month and some. But yeah, so now here we are trying to reroute the coolant passages. That way we can actually get this thing fired up. It does have a brand new starter on it again. It needs a little bit more of a shim. It's not able to make contact right now with the flywheel. It did before. It was turning over. I'll throw in a clip in here. There was a clip of it trying to start, and unfortunately wasn't able to make it happen because of the bad fuel pressure regulator. Had no idea what was going on, so I ended up taking the intake manifold off. Now these things happen, right? Take the intake manifold off and try to figure out what the heck was going on, and making sure we didn't get a ton of fuel down inside through the intake manifold. But luckily, because of its shape and that the way that the intake, I guess, ways, I don't know what you want to call them, alleyways or freaking air passageways, route, there was no possible way for the fuel to get down in there. And as you guys can see, it's dry, which is awesome, because I was panicking a little bit. I ended up dropping the all the oil and whatnot out of the engine because I was so worried that, you know, this could potentially be detrimental and, you know, might maybe hydrolock the engine or whatever. But luckily, engine oil was clean as hell and no major issues. Just some dirt and stuff has been getting up on there because I don't have a rad. I have been putting the hood on it, but that doesn't stop all this garbage from blowing up here. I feel like every like 3 months I'm trying to clean this thing off and make it look good again. So yeah, so this is what we're doing today. We're trying to spin this coolant neck around, which I've already got it loose here. I'm trying to figure out if I can route some hose back if I've got any and hook it up back there, and maybe get correct pipe to come out to about right here. That way we're able to get it ready to be hooked up to the radiator that's sitting right there. So we'll see what happens, but this was really the only other thing. I mean, like, as you guys can see, it cranks over. I got the fuel pressure regulator, the new one inside. Summit sent me the exact same one. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I'll be able to keep you guys updated. Alright, so we are back with, well, I guess we're back to where we were a couple weeks ago. As you guys saw a few minutes ago, I had it all taken apart and all crazy looking. But now we got the fuel pressure regulator hooked up and it's good to go. It's not busted or messed up. I'm at like 39 psi, which it needs to be about 45 psi, so I got to turn it up some. But no leaks, no craziness, so that's good. I got the mass airflow sensor, mass airflow meter hooked up. Yeah, so I was looking to make sure it said flow on the right way, and it does. I did get the main objective of today done, which was the coolant inlet neck capped off at the backside, as well as the hose routed outward. So I'll be able to put in the radiator and not have to worry about any crazy, you know, like shitty coolant flow. It's hooked up correctly now. I know a few people had made some comments on my YouTube just basically saying, hey, that's backwards. I wasn't ignoring you. I just wanted to go for a start to make sure the engine's good before I finish, right? Because I'm going to go back through and I'm going to reroute all these lines and make it look pretty. I don't plan on leaving it in this like rat's nest. So just, you know, bear with me here. Really trying to stay motivated on this build. If my voice kind of sounds a little bit different, it's it's pretty tiring working on something hour after hour and it not starting and not starting and not starting and not running, and you can't really enjoy it. And now I kind of see why people sell their builds, right? When you spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours on something and then, you know, still don't have it started, it's just kind of like, well, see if I can get anything out of it, you know. That way they don't have to sit there and try to, I don't know, keep working on it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give up with this. Starter spins freely. I need to properly shim it like I had it before. I bought a shim from Z1 Motorsports, and I don't know what it is about that shim, but I don't know if it's not thick enough or it's too thin or what the deal is. But I need to assess what's going on with that. Because I did just go for a start a couple minutes ago, but not a full start, just to see if it would actually make contact properly, and it doesn't. So yeah. And then the drive shaft's still back there. You can probably see it poking out. Still got to line that up properly. I got the transmission mount back off of it. Just trying to figure out what's going on with the drive shaft, why it's so tight back there. I don't think that I really accounted for everything being shifted back. But we're really close. I might just have to shave off like another 1/8 of an inch off of, you know, the rear diff and the drive shaft yoke where it hooks up. I'm not super worried if I shave it down to the point where it's like, you know, I don't know. This car was never made for like extreme power anyways. It's gonna have some torque, but really I just wanted something reliable that I could have a good time with and maybe take drifting a few times. But we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see where it goes, but you know, I am getting very anxious. I'd really like this thing to fire up soon. Once it fires up and it drives under its own power and I've got a radiator in it and, you know, it's proper, we're gonna take it and get a custom exhaust put on it, probably from a shop. I just don't have the welder to make any pretty welds, so I think a shop would do well. Welds. So yeah, that's where we are with it. We're making little bits of progress, even though some days it feels like I have to go back 3 steps to, you know, advance 1 step. There's a proper way of doing things, and if I don't do it the proper way now, I'm going to be, you know, either in a period of, you know, oh shit, we could have catastrophic, you know, failure, or we could have, you know, temporary excitement where I'm taking it back apart, which I don't want to do. And that was the process of today for those coolant necks and stuff. So if you guys have any questions, or you guys are looking to do the same build, let me know. I will be more than happy to let you know what I've done so far. As you guys saw, it does turn over, but it does not fire yet, based on the fact we were losing that fuel pressure. But hopefully now we're back in business and we're not totally boned. So have a good day, guys.